All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden magic that powers, well, pretty much every app you use every single day. We're talking about APIs. They are the secret sauce that lets all your favorite apps and services talk to each other. So let's get into it and see how it all really works. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it? How in the world does your weather app on your phone know the exact forecast for your location right now? Or how can you sign up for a brand new service with just one click using your Google or Facebook account? The answer to all of this is the same. It's an API doing the work. This is seriously the perfect way to think about an API. The API isn't the kitchen itself. That's the other application, the one that has all the data. And it's not you, the customer, using the app. No, the API is the waiter. It's that essential go-between who takes your specific request, brings it to the kitchen, and then carries the response right back to your table. It is the ultimate digital middleman. Okay, so if our API is the waiter, how do you actually place an order with them? In the tech world, we call this an API request. And just like ordering food, you gotta get a few key details right to get what you want. First things first, you need to know where the restaurant is, right? An endpoint is just that. It's a URL, a simple web address where the API is waiting to take your order. So if you're an app that needs customer data, you might send your request to an address that looks something like https://mycompany.com/API/customers. You have to go to the right address to get the right food. Simple as that. So you're at the right address. Now what? You have to tell the waiter what you want to do. Are you just looking to get the menu? Are you trying to place a new order? Or maybe you want to change an order you already made. These actions, these verbs, are what we call HTTP methods. And this table shows the big ones you'll see all the time. Get is the most common by far. That's just asking to read some data, like fetching a list of your contacts. Post is what you use to create something brand new, like posting a new photo. Put is for updating something that's already there. And delete? Well, I think you can guess what that one does. Finally, every single request also includes something called headers. Just think of this as the extra but totally necessary info the waiter needs. For instance, you might need to show your reservation name or your ID to prove you can be there. In the digital world, headers carry things like an authentication token, which is basically a digital ID card that proves your app has permission to be asking for this data. Okay, so you've put your order in perfectly. Now it's the kitchen's turn to do its thing. But what do you actually get back from them? This is the API response, and believe me, it's a little more than just a plate of food. See, the response isn't just the data you asked for. Before you get that, the waiter kind of gives you a quick status update on how your order went. So every response has two main parts: that status update, which we call a status code, and then the actual data, which we call the body. And these status codes are like a quick, simple message from the waiter. Anything that starts with a 2, like a 200, means everything's great, your order was successful. A 404 is that classic not found error. It means you asked for something that just isn't on the menu. And if you ever see a 500 error, that means there was a problem back in the kitchen. It's a server issue, so it's their problem, not yours. So our waiter takes the order and brings back a response. But what language is the menu written in, and how is the food presented? Well, for everything to work smoothly, APIs need to agree on certain languages and formats. Now, when it comes to the overall style of the API, there are two main approaches. The most popular one today, by a long shot, is called REST. Think of REST like a modern, casual cafe menu. It's flexible, it's easy to read, and it uses those simple get, post, put, and delete actions we just talked about. The older style is SOAP. Think of that one as a very formal, multi-course dinner with a strict set of rules. It's much more rigid, but it's also known for being very secure, which is why you still see it used by banks and other big enterprises. And the data itself, the actual information that's returned to you, also comes in different formats. Most modern REST APIs use a format called JSON. It's clean, it's lightweight, and it's super easy for both humans and computers to read. The older SOAP APIs, on the other hand, often use XML. It's a bit more wordy with lots of tags, but it's also very structured. Okay, so for this whole restaurant system to work smoothly, especially when you have thousands of customers all trying to order at once, you're going to need some rules, and APIs are no different. They have rules to keep everything secure, stable, and fair for everyone. First up is security. You can't just let anyone walk up and start demanding data. An API key is essentially a unique password just for your app. It's like having a VIP card you have to show at the door. When your application makes a request, it presents this key to prove it's on the guest list and actually has permission to be there.
And you also can't just bombard the waiter with 1,000 requests every second. That would completely overwhelm the kitchen and grind everything to a halt. That's where rate limiting comes in. It's basically a fair use policy that might say, hey, you can make 100 requests per minute. This makes sure the service stays fast and reliable for everybody.
You know, this quote just nails it. APIs aren't the applications themselves. They are the universal translators, the messengers of our digital world. They're what allow two pieces of software, built by different people in different programming languages, maybe even on different continents, to connect and work together perfectly. So let's just tie it all together one last time. Your app, the customer, creates a request. It sends that request to the correct address, the endpoint. The API, our friendly waiter, then takes that request to the other application, the kitchen. The kitchen does its work and hands a response back to the waiter, who brings it all the way back to you. It's that simple, it's that powerful, and it's happening billions and billions of times every single second all around the world. So now you know the secret. The next time you check the weather, book a flight, or log into something with your Google account, you'll know that it's an API, a digital waiter working tirelessly behind the scenes to make it all happen. This is how our modern digital world is actually built, one connection at a time. So the real question is, what are we going to connect next?